What's the best part about playing offensive line?
Being able to legally assault the person across from you.
It's a good feeling, right?
Great feeling.
Run up a stack, spend it and get it right back. Why is you mad? Please do not tell me relax.
Who is Trevor Penning?
Who is Trevor Penning? I would say a small town kid that loves football. That's probably what I would say.
Why and when did you start playing football?
Probably started playing football third grade, I think, something like that. It was like YSF football. Got into it, kind of just my friends were doing it, so I was like, everyone else is doing it, might as well try it. And it wasn't always, my favorite thing. I know growing up, I really liked baseball probably the most.
Talk about the athlete you are. There's stories about your ability to move, and you're going to run fast at the combine. You can dunk a basketball. Talk about all that.
So yeah, I'd say I'm pretty athletic. I would say. I mean, I can windmill dunk. One day we were literally out in Clear Lake, actually, like right next to the high school, on like pavement, like not very good pavement. Looking back on it, probably not the safest thing to do.
You are a large human. You're a very athletic human.
Wasn't always this big. Was definitely not always this big. I got some rough photos of me in high school. My recruiting visit is a hilarious photo. I'm actually wearing a Kickers jersey, because I was number 58 in high school, and they put us in our number from high school, and the number 58 jersey is actually a Kickers jersey, and I wore it, and it was maybe a little tight, but for an O-lineman, like a little tight, that thing should not be able to fit you. But so I was definitely undersized. Yeah, so going into UNI, obviously very small. I had a very big goal of adding that weight and strength. Just a lot of work has went into it with all that lifting and eating.
What's the grossest calorie meal you've had to put on weight?
I would say it's gross to me. I think it's gross to some people maybe, is like my peanut butter sandwiches. My mom would always make them for school, like high school. Like she would make them for me in the mornings, and she would load that puppy up with some peanut butter. Like she put peanut butter, it was like peanut butter, butter, and honey in it, and it was just sandwiches, massive. It was like,
and the intent was to get you bigger, or she just was like, I'm gonna feed my boy?
A little bit of both. Well, it was mostly to get bigger because I was skinny and I wanted to put on weight, but it also tasted very good.
You just crush one of those a day, or like 2 or 3?
I think I had 2 usually in my lunch, along with some I don't even know. I think I had like Funyuns a lot of the time. I had like just different chips.
You're now at a smaller school, you're graduating that smaller school. Talk about the kind of chip on your shoulder as you've gone through life and kind of been doubted.
The chip on the shoulder thing kind of really means a lot to me. I mean, coming out of high school, I never talked to the big Iowa State. I mean, come from Iowa, that's kind of what you dream to play for the Hawkeyes or the Cyclones, and to never really talk to them ever, I don't think at all. It was definitely upset me, but it only made me want to work harder and prove them that they screwed up, and that's probably something that really helped me out along the way. It was just that chip.
Let's talk about the Senior Bowl performance. You were offensive lineman MVP for your group. You had a good week. Kind of assess your play there.
Yeah, so coming into that week, I really wanted to show the scouts that I belong. Like, I knew I belonged. I just needed to go out there and prove it that I can do it against the SEC, the Big Ten, all those kind of guys. And going in there, that was really my ultimate goal, is just to show these guys, like, hey, this guy can play against anybody, and not only play, but dominate. I think the number one thing that comes with being an aggressive player and just having that mauler mentality, one, I believe that's really how the game's meant to be played. I think you got to play off with a pissed-off attitude.
What's the best part about playing offensive line?
Being able to legally assault the person across from you.
Yeah, it's a good feeling, right?
Great feeling.
Yeah. What does that feel like?
Amazing. It just feels amazing. Being able to take a guy against his will and put him in the dirt, I mean, great feeling,
Have you thought about that feeling you'll have with your family, your mom, your siblings, when you get drafted?
Yeah, it'll definitely be obviously an amazing feeling, probably one of the best days of my life.
All right, so let's talk about this ball. A couple of things. We'll get to finish in a second, which is really good. Mm-hmm. So you're blocking this, though, more like almost a dive, right? Because you're just trying to block inside out. You're not trying to, even if it's the inside zone, though, you're not trying to get kind of that that 45-degree movement off the ball. Is this what the goal of this is, just stay inside out? Or are you short on your aiming point?
Basically, in this situation, we were trying to build double teams, me and my brother, left guard. Basically, I would take half the man, he'd take the other half, and he would try to get him to move outside, kind of open the hole that way. And basically, I would just kind of try to root him outside almost. And this situation, I kind of torqued him out of the hole a little bit there, and obviously I had to put the finish on him.
Let's talk about this finish right here. So we know that this is what you like to do on film. It's very obvious. We saw you do it at the Senior Bowl as well. Did it mean more for you to have this happen against Iowa State instead of South Dakota?
Yeah, I definitely came to this game and I wanted to show. Honestly, basically they screwed up by not taking me in the first place.
So you get him down here.
Oh yeah.
And then there's a little.
Gotta make sure he knows what's happening.
A little extra, a little domination there. So obviously the camera cuts away. Unfortunately, what is said between you guys after the split?
I honestly don't remember.
Are you like grunting? Like,
I probably grunted. Probably.
We'll talk about your technique here. What are you thinking? So you're on the kind of the play side of this, right?
Yep.
Technically the front side of this protection. You're by yourself because the alignment of the linebacker, right? Linebacker's inside, so center, guard, or working the three technique up to the line. You're by yourself. This is a very tough block to be had. You're on an island on the open side of a play action pass. Walk me through your initial mindset as you get to the line of scrimmage.
Number one thing you want to do is sell run, I would say. I mean, it was a fake inside zone play. So basically, the more aggressive I am, honestly, is, probably going to make my job a lot easier because they're going to think it's run versus kind of pass it and they're going to be like, oh, shoot, it's pass. But
when I play tackle, this is one of my favorite things to do because, of course, there's a chance to get beat inside. But I always felt this was almost like a free play for me, right? Like I could sell run as hard as I could. And obviously, you run the ball throughout the game, so there's a little bit of belief there. If you get his feet to stop, which you do right there. It's a little bit late. The rep's over.
Yeah.
Even if it beats you late, it's gone. So you want to try to stop his feet right there.
Yep.
Now it's done. He's not winning the play. The play's over. Ball's gonna be gone. So if you were to critique yourself, you'd say just kind of like
sell it
more, sell out run.
Sell it more, and finish the block right there.
All right, 3rd and 6, 4th down. It's a 4th quarter. I am very impressed here by your patience. So you just are very, very patient here. Right? You're staying inside out. Kind of talk me through your process of this pass set on 3rd and 6.
Be patient, like what you said. Just be very patient. Stay, just stay inside out of him. Make sure that that head is on his, your left eye is on his left eye, and just stay inside out basically. And if he wants to run up the field, just take him where he wants to go, and just.
Did you know the back was coming to help you?
I think so, just because it was a rock slide here. So it was a four-man slide to that side. I was the one-on-one, and then really the running back is just looking to help wherever if no one's coming. So.
But you don't block him knowing he's going to be there.
No, I'm 100%. I never really allowed. Like I didn't want to think I had help really ever. I kind of wanted to block the guy like there's no one around me. I mean, if he's there, I mean, obviously great, but it's like. I blocked it like I was one-on-one.